All right, boys and girls, things are about to get interesting. Together, you and I are going to be starting with that rectangle, and we're going to draw the shape of the face. We're going to get some eyeballs on there, add some ears, and you'll notice that I'm always being very careful because once you scratch something off, it's done. There's no going back. So I now have my nose and my mouth. I even added a little neck. And now I'm doing my shoulders because I'm going to be putting the very beginnings of a pectoral collar there, and it's going to be up to you to decide what you're going to decorate it with. Now I'm going to have a handout for you of a whole bunch of different types of crowns, and you're going to need to choose one. A lot of kids just go for it and see how it works out. Some kids are a little intimidated at first and need a little bit of, just some encouragement. But we will not do it for you. I want for you to try and figure it out. And a lot of them have a cobra on the front. Usually they would do the cobra with a tiny little skinny area that would have those little crisscrosses. That part that I first did that was kind of roundish, that's what's called the hood. And then I would do the head. Now I'm going to have a handout with the pectoral collar ideas. And on there, you can do what they used to do, where you just look at some of those symbols that we learned about, and you can add them onto the pectoral collar. You don't have to copy one that's in existence from a long time ago. You can basically make up your own design just by looking at all the shapes. Now, you're not going to put smiley faces and hearts and peace signs and emojis because they didn't have things like that back then. What you are going to do is look at one of my idea sheets and say, oh, that's cool, there's an ankh. I think I'll put that on my pectoral collar. Or, oh, that's cool, maybe there's a vulture or a falcon. Then you'll add that. But you're only going to add designs onto your pectoral collar that are actually Egyptian. So here's another idea sheet I'm going to have available for you, and where you can look at some actual pectoral collars that are on sarcophaguses or sarcophagi. But I want you also to notice that I'm making sure that my pectoral collar is the same on both sides. That's called being symmetrical, and the Egyptians really like that a lot. So I'm continuing to make up stuff. Right now I'm drawing a few little lotus blossoms. I'm kind of liking it, but I know I'm going to be going back to do more because how can I not? It's so fun to try and make some different things. Now, the next thing that you are going to think about is, well, first, if you get little gooberage on the end, you can go ahead and take that off. But here I'm time-lapsing this now, adding details and textures. You're going to continue to add on some jewelry elements. I decided to go back and add a flail and a crook. And I'm pushing down kind of hard, and I like how it etches into the paper. Later on, I put lines around the edge of mine just to give myself a border space. And then before I went and did my actual border all the way around the edge, I actually decided to look at my idea sheet and just to add a whole bunch of stuff in the background. I did my cartouche, I did a pyramid, I did an ankh, I did an ujat. They love to have things really filled in. And then at the end, or in whatever order you want to do this, you'll do the border. Have fun!